Welcome back to 1337, the future of podcasts.
Yeah.
I'm Max, and I am so excited for today's deep dive.
Yeah.
We're going to be exploring something we all do every minute of everyday breathing.
Literally.
Every second.
But trust me, there's a lot more to it than you might think.
Absolutely.
We started our research with James Nestor's book, Breath, the New Science of a Lost Art, and he went on quite a journey to understand breathing, starting with his own struggles with pneumonia.
Yeah, and one of the things that's so fascinating is that he kind of uncovered this major issue facing humans,
Yeah.
which is that we're the only mammals with chronically misaligned jaws and life.
Like overbites and stuff.
Exactly. Scientists call this malocclusion.
Malocclusion.
And it's more common than you might think.
Way more common than you think.
Yeah.
And Nestor actually participated in an experiment at Stanford where he had to breathe only through his mouth for 10 days.
Oh, wow.
The results were shocking.
I bet.
Increased snoring, sleep apnea, high blood pressure, all from just mouth breathing. Just from mouth breathing. And this is why it's so important to understand,
Right.
This whole kind of trajectory of how we got here, because to understand why mouth breathing is bad, we need to look at the rise of industrialized food.
Oh, right.
So soft processed foods require less chewing.
Like what we eat now.
Exactly. And over generations.
And gummy bears and,
Yeah, exactly. Over generations, this has led to smaller jaws and a tendency for mouth breathing.
So if mouth breathing is bad, why is nasal breathing so important?
Well, think about it this way.
I mean, we all know the nose filters and warms the air, but Nestor suggests it goes much deeper than that.
When you take a deep breath through your nose, you're engaging a whole system that's designed to optimize that air for your body. So yes, your nose filters out dust and allergens, it warms and humidifies the air, but it also helps regulate blood pressure and even influences hormone production.
There's even this thing called the nasal cycle.
Oh yeah, have you heard of this?
Where one nostril is more open than the other throughout the day. Yeah. It's like our bodies have these hidden rhythms we're not even aware of.
Crazy.
And get this, it even seems to be connected to the cycles of the sun and moon.
I know. Isn't that wild?
That's pretty wild.
It's like we are so connected to nature
on
these micro and macro levels.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And Nestor also found a surprising connection between the nose and, our genitals.
Oh, yeah. This is a good one.
Apparently, when one is aroused, the other responds. It just goes to show how interconnected our bodies truly are.
It's like everything's connected.
Everything is connected.
You can't separate one system from the other.
That's definitely not something you learn in biology class.
No.
Now, before we get too far, if you're finding this as fascinating as we are, be sure to check out 1337podcast.com.
Yes.
For more deep dives into all sorts of mind-blowing topics. But for now, let's shift our focus to another crucial aspect of breathing the exhale.
Yeah.
Specifically, the power of a full, complete exhale. Nestor introduces us to Carl Stoff, a choir conductor who completely changed the way we think about breathing.
I love this guy.
Stoff focused on the importance of a full exhale, and he used his techniques to help singers, athletes, and even people with emphysema improve their health and performance.
It's so cool how he worked with such a diverse range of people.
Yeah.
Singers, athletes, people with serious respiratory conditions.
Right.
And he saw improvements across the board.
So what Stoff realized is that most people don't fully exhale.
Right.
Which can actually hinder something called the thoracic pump.
Yeah.
Now, the thoracic pump refers to the pressure changes in your chest that help with blood flow and oxygen delivery throughout your body.
Yeah. It's kind of like a pump.
It is like a pump.
That helps circulate blood and oxygen.
Yeah, so imagine your chest is like this pump that helps circulate blood and oxygen.
Right.
A full exhale helps that pump work more efficiently.
Exactly.
Which means more oxygen gets to your muscles and organs.
It's amazing how something so simple can make such a big difference.
Pretty cool.
Right? It is. And it reminds us that even the simplest act, like breathing, can have profound effects on our bodies when we do it correctly.
Right.
And speaking of things we often overlook, let's talk about carbon dioxide.
Ooh, CO2.
A molecule that often gets a bad rap.
Yeah, we tend to think of CO2 as just waste, something we need to get rid of.
Right. Everyone's like, oh, CO2, it's bad for the environment.
Yeah, just get it out.
But it turns out...
Get it out of my body.
It turns out that CO2 plays a crucial role in regulating our body's functions. And slow, controlled breathing can actually help us retain the right amount of CO2.
Really?
Exactly. And this is where things get really interesting. You see, when we retain the optimal amount of CO2 through slow breathing, it leads to better blood flow, improved oxygen absorption, and it even helps calm our nervous system.
So we need a little bit of CO2.
We do. We need a little bit of CO2.
It's not all bad.
It's not all bad. It's all about balance.
Balance. Right.
All right. I like it.
Finding that sweet spot.
Sweet spot.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's,
keep going. We'll take a break and we'll come back and we'll talk more about breathing after this.
Sounds good. So we've been talking about like the mechanics of breathing, you know, the nose, the exhale, even carbon dioxide plays a role. But some breathing techniques go beyond just the physical aspects and tap into something more energetic. Have you ever heard of prana?
I've heard the term in yoga classes, but never really understood it. Is it like a mystical force or something?
Well, it can seem that way.
Right.
But in essence, prana is this vital life force energy that flows through all living things. And many Eastern traditions believe that the way we breathe directly influences the flow of prana in our bodies.
So it's not like we're breathing in prana directly.
Yeah.
But the way we breathe can either enhance or restrict its flow.
Exactly.
Okay.
Think of it like this. Certain breathing patterns can stimulate prana, making you feel energized and alert, while other patterns can calm it down, promoting relaxation and peace. Yogic breathing techniques, or pranayama, are specifically designed to work with this energy.
It's fascinating how ancient practices like yoga are now being studied by modern science, and we're seeing more and more research on how breathing techniques can impact stress levels, immune function, even pain management. It's like science is catching up to what these traditions have known for centuries.
It really is, and we're beginning to understand the mechanisms behind some of these effects. Remember how we talked about carbon dioxide and its role in regulating the body?
Right.
Well, some breathing techniques can actually manipulate CO2 levels, leading to a cascade of positive physiological changes.
So by consciously controlling our breath, we can actually influence our physical and mental states. It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It is, and it's something that's accessible to everyone. We all breathe, but learning to breathe consciously with intention is where we unlock the real power of our breath.
Now, if you're finding all this talk about breathing as intriguing as we are and want to explore other fascinating topics, be sure to visit 1337podcastcon for more deep dives. But let's get back to James Nestor and his research. He had this really interesting experience exploring the Paris catacombs, this vast network of tunnels filled with the bones of millions of Parisians.
Oh, wow.
Sounds a bit creepy, but it was actually a crucial part of Nestor's quest to understand why modern humans have so many breathing problems.
Yeah.
He was looking for clues in the skulls of people who lived before the Industrial Revolution, before processed foods and our modern lifestyles.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Looking back in time through bones to understand our breath.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And what he found was quite revealing. The skulls of those who lived before the rise of industrialized food had wider jaws, straighter teeth, and more spacious nasal cavities. It's like their faces were literally shaped by what they ate and how they breathed.
It makes you think, like, how is our modern lifestyle shaping our faces right now?
And they were chewing on tough, unprocessed foods for hours each day, which developed their jaws and palates, leading to better airflow and fewer breathing issues. And then, with the rise of processed foods, everything changed.
Yeah, softer foods, less chewing.
Gummy bears?
And over generations, our faces started to change. Smaller jaws, crowded teeth, and a tendency for mouth breathing became the norm.
It's a fascinating example of how our lifestyle choices can have a direct impact on our physical development, even down to the structure of our faces.
Yeah, it all comes back to that idea that everything's connected, like our food, our breath, our facial structure.
And it all comes back to breathing.
Yeah.
It's incredible to think that something as simple as how we breathe can have such a profound impact on our health and well-being.
It really is, and it's something that we can all start to pay attention to right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
It's amazing how Nestor's exploration of breathing took him from these ancient practices to cutting-edge science.
Yeah.
He even looked into this idea of using carbon dioxide to treat anxiety. It sounds counterintuitive, right?
Right.
We usually associate CO2 with that feeling of suffocation or panic.
Yeah, like it's a bad thing.
Right.
You're like, I need to get rid of this.
Get it out.
But it turns out that our panic response to CO2 might actually be triggered by those little sensors in our brain called chemoreceptors.
Okay.
They're constantly monitoring CO2 levels, and when those levels get too high, they signal a threat.
Right.
Even if the situation itself isn't actually dangerous.
So it's like A false alarm.
Exactly like a false alarm. And
Yeah.
so by intentionally exposing yourself to CO2 in a safe environment, you can kind of desensitize those chemoreceptors
Okay.
and reduce the anxiety response.
So by getting a little bit of CO2, you can actually reset that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like exposure therapy for your breathing.
Interesting.
And Nestor actually tried it himself.
Oh, wow.
He said the experience was pretty intense, but it really highlighted the powerful connection between our breath, our brain, and our emotions.
All connected.
It's all connected.
This all points to something we've been touching on throughout this deep dive. We have more control over our physiology than we realize.
Absolutely.
And breathing is this incredibly powerful tool we can use to regulate our nervous system, influence our emotions, and even impact our physical health.
It's really exciting to think that we're just scratching the surface of understanding the full potential of breath. There's so much more to discover, so many avenues for research and exploration.
Right.
We're seeing a resurgence of interest in breathing practices, both ancient and modern. And this is leading to some incredible new insights and innovations.
It's like we're rediscovering this lost art and science of breathing.
I love that.
And the best part is it's accessible to everyone. You don't need any fancy equipment or expensive training. All you need is your breath.
It's this incredible gift.
It is a gift.
That we all have the ability to consciously influence our bodies and minds through the simple act of breathing.
If there's one thing we want you to take away from this deep dive, it's this: pay attention to your breath. Explore different breathing practices. Discover for yourself the transformative power that lies within.
Absolutely. And if you want to keep exploring fascinating topics like this one, be sure to visit 1337podcast.com for more deep dives.
Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of breath. We'll see you next time. Strength and honor. I am Spartacus.
Thanks for watching. Tap into 1337podcast.com.